What's up, Falcon fans? This is the recap video where we discuss what the hell just happened to the Atlanta Falcons. We'll be discussing the good, the bad, and the Falcons. But first, if you like this type of content, hit that like button. If you guys hate this type of content, hit that dislike button. We'll hurt your boy's feelings. Well, maybe it's a little bit. But if you want to do a huge favor for your boy first, hit that subscribe button or help out the empire grow. So on that note, let's just dive into the video and let's start out with the good. I was really impressed how Michael Penix Jr. handled himself, especially this is his second game going into his rookie season, and of course he's going into the Lions' den. He's going into an environment that does not like him at all, and I thought he handled himself pretty well. Not excellent, but not bad either. There were a couple of missed throws he overthrew. I thought really need a polishing. That interception, I don't know what he was thinking, but that touchdown to Kyle Pitts to really gave us that 24-24, before, overtime happened situation, because I thought, okay, we had a fighting chance, and he gave us a fighting chance. So that's encouraging to see going into next season. Now, of course, the run game, I stated this in my preview video. The way the Atlanta Falcons will win this game is about ground and pound football and running it down their throats, because the Washington Commanders rank number 28 when it comes to stopping the run. That's pretty bad. So in total, we got 126 total rushing yards. Not great, but not bad either, but not terrible, either. Bijan Robinson got 90 total rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Tyler Algier only 19, but he has 6.3 carries per run. I don't know why we didn't use him more. But besides that, consistency is still king in my opinion. You got to get at least 100 receiving yards every per game as possible. Of course, Drake London did everything in his power to making sure every reception he caught moved the chain, especially in those critical tight third downs or fourth downs conversions. He really helped us out. And now he finally got over that 1,000 receiving yard mark. Congratulations to him, even though he shouldn't got it his rookie season and last year as well. This defense can only do so much. That being said, I'm very proud they got 5 sacks, 3 pass deflections, 6 tackles for losses, 5 quarterback hits. Making sure third down conversions were a no-go. Shutting down Terry McLaurin, that is their number 1 guy over there in Washington. He was targeted 7 times, only caught 1 reception for 5 yards. Not allowing Jaden Daniels to go too crazy with his arms. Only 36 attempts, only 24 completions, 227 total passing yards. Of course, those 3 touchdowns are not really ideal, but I digress. So now, let's talk about the bad. So in my preview video, I stated that we're going to lose this game 28-24. So it's pretty close, 30-24. Hey, I'm pretty psyched. I just wish I wasn't right. But apparently I'm a nutter, and I was right. And the way I stated that we have to shut down the run game, especially with Jaden Daniels, and we didn't do that. 16 carries for 127 total rushing yards. Only 1 rushing touchdown, even though, AJ Terrell should have just clamped on his foot or his legs or whatever. Besides that, in total 36 total carries, 216 total rushing yards. I think that's the worst we have ever done this season. And we were doing so well in the past 2, I think 3 games. We were shutting down the run game because we usually average 130 plus receiving yards per game to the opponents. That wasn't very nice. Olamide Zaccheaus bite us in the ass. Of course, a former Falcon would. I think he had a career year so far. 8 receptions for 85 total receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Of course, Zach Ertz, I didn't see this coming, scoring 2 touchdowns against us. Damn, that's crazy, man. This is why I'm always nervous when the halftime ends, because we were up 17-7, right? And I had a bad feeling, okay, going to the third quarter, we have to start out strong, because most of the time, if we look back on our Falcon history, we start out slow. Ding, ding, ding. Guess what? The third quarter, it was like not even bother. What the hell was going on? We didn't do anything in the third quarter while they were getting all the momentum, and they came back swinging. It is mind-boggling. This is why I never feel comfortable, when the halftime's over. It reminded me of the Super Bowl, and that's how bad it is. When that gotta remind you of the Super Bowl, how we lost that game. And then, of course, when the OT happened, when he called heads and it was tails, and I knew it, we lost the game. I mean, I knew that before, and the reason why I know that before is because Raheem Morris, I think, is one of the most. I'm so annoyed with this guy, right? I've been annoyed with him ever since we lost to the New Orleans Saints, when we lost to an interim head coach, and look at them now. Before facing us, they were 2-7. Now they're 5-11. If only we won that game and against the Chargers, we wouldn't be in this predicament. We would have lost this game and it wouldn't mean anything because we still have this division in the bag. But of course we don't. And another thing is I'm really annoyed with is clock management. I don't get it. When we are under 40 seconds or 30 seconds at the very end of the fourth quarter, when Michael Penix Jr., makes that incredible play to, move the chains, there's no sense of urgency, right? Hit the timeout button. You wasted like a good 10 seconds off the clock, or 15, whatever it was, and come up with some incredible plays to give us extra yardage. So we have more time if we need to call a timeout, if we get something like 10 yards down the field. But we didn't do that because now we have to, make sure we get everybody, inside or outside, or, it just becomes more of a fluster if we don't get a penalty, even though we did. And then the kicker, instead of a 56, it may be a 52 or a 50 or 48 or something like that, even though he kicked it beautifully. But of course, it just kind of just dipped. I thought we were going to win this game. I really did. After that field goal kick, I was like, okay, I believe. And then, yeah, it didn't happen. Oh boy. I'm not mad that we lost this game. I'm pretty much over this season already. I told you guys in my preview videos and my other videos that I knew we were done after we lost that embarrassing game against the New Orleans Saints. Congratulations to Dan Quinn. I always loved Dan Quinn. I thought he did a really good job with us early on in his Atlanta Falcons head coaching career with us. But unfortunately, through 2019 and through 2020, the writing was on the wall. Unfortunately, it just never panned out. And of course, we lost to our other head coach in Arthur Smith in week 1. Even though he wasn't the head coach, he was the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. But it felt like, the Atlanta Falcons just can't beat their former head coaches, even though we thought we could do better without them. I think that's kind of bullshit because they clearly have done better outside this organization. So maybe the Atlanta Falcons organization is just pure trash. I don't know at this point in time. We still control our own destiny. Not really. It's really the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers can definitely win this if they just smack around the Saints like pancakes, because they smacked the Panthers like they were butter, 48-14. But there is a slight chance that maybe the Saints can pull out a miracle and beat the Buccaneers, and then if we beat the Carolina Panthers, we're in the division. But I don't know, that's really likely at this point in time. But honestly, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. So at this point, I don't know what else to talk about. So, if you guys lasted this long to the very end of the video, thank you so much for taking your own personal time and day to watch these Falcon content videos. I like making videos for you guys. There's more on the screen if you guys are interested in. So, what do Falcons do? Maybe next year we'll say that. Until the next episode, show love and peace to the world, and peace.